Hello there guys, Aaron Challoner here for Forever Football DRFC, your Doncaster Rovers fan channel. It's preview day, MK Dons at Stadium MK. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful! And this is an interesting one because it's sort of like, look how, I know it's still the first season on this channel, but look how far we've come from when we did the MK Dons preview on the day before, the first day of the season, and look to where we are now. I'm probably going to do some reaction videos, watching back of old reactions in a couple of years' time, but look at where we've come from just in that space of time from the first MK Dons game to what's going to happen tomorrow, which is the MK Dons game. I just sort of thought about it in the last few seconds or so. Look how far we've come as a channel. We've interviewed so many great people, we've chatted to some wonderful fans, we've got your opinion, we had previous live streams in the past, I've worked with so many amazing people, and this is the first, who else could say they worked with AFTV and the former chairman of the club, John Ryan, as well as doing all the previews and reviews, and going on different channels that are bigger than I am in terms of subs and the length of time they've been on YouTube. Who can say they've done that in the first ever season on YouTube? It makes me think what's going to happen in season 2 and 3. But no, I've had so much success straight away from this first season. I thank each and every one of you for that. And if you do want to see me before the match, go over to the Facebook page of the MK Don Supporters Association, MKDSA. The Twitter will be linked in the description down below, because at 20 to 2 in the afternoon tomorrow, you're going to see me and 18 Dapper with the MK Don Supporters Association, the Supporters Trust, previewing the game, having a laugh, having a banter, having a chat. You can interact in the comment section of that stream as well, so go over, follow them on Facebook, follow them on Twitter. The link to their Twitter is in the description down below. You can ask them for their Facebook as well, and go and chat tomorrow on that stream. We start at 20 to 2 in the afternoon tomorrow. You can see me, 18 Dapper. Shout out to him, by the way. He's been a massive supporter of the channel, really helped me on the journey in this first season. So go and see me, go and see 18 Dapper, go and see the MK Don supporters, chat about this game, preview the game, get ready for the team news to come out, and yeah, it's going to be brilliant. So make sure you go and see me on that stream as well. We've got plenty of incredible content coming as well, guys. If you've seen on Twitter, you'll know I've been chatting with that Arsenal winger, Adrian Clark. Stay tuned in the next couple of weeks, that's all I'll say. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, stay tuned, because, yeah, it's going to be nice working with Adrian. But yeah, it's preview day, and we've come full circle. MK Dons again. We've got Charlton coming up, we've got Bristol Rovers coming up. You know, I'll probably do a preview with one Rovers vlogs for the Bristol Rovers game. Shout out to Charlie, hitting 2K, brilliant. Tyler, I'll probably chat to him about Charlton again. I might have him on the channel again, speak about Charlton. But this game against MK Dons is going to be an interesting one. But this one is where we've got to get 3 points. Let's go through then my predicted team lineup. And first of all, we have to talk about injuries. Josh Sims is out. He's not in this game. He's ruled out for this game. It's the dead leg thing again. Something's up with it. We've got to get it sorted. And you know what, to be fair, I knew something was up the last couple of games because he just didn't feel like his normal, energetic, powerful self. So Sims has got to get that looked at, 110%. Even if he misses a few games, we've got to get that looked at and have him full strength for the push on for the end of the season. So Sims is out, Bostock is back, Smith is on international duty with Wales. Of course, you can stay tuned for the 3 Lions preview for the Albania game, if it's still going ahead, tomorrow. So stay tuned for that, because you're going to see an Albania-England preview and an MK Donny review. So stay tuned for Saturday, because it's going to be a mad day. But yeah, stay tuned for all of that, guys. Really appreciate it if you do. And yeah, Smith's on international duty with Wales, Bostock's back, Sims is out, and obviously John Taylor's out for the rest of the season, John Jewell's back in a couple of weeks. It's going to be interesting. So let's go through my predicted lineup then. So, in goal, Lewis Jones. I don't expect that to change at all. Back 4, Halliday, Wright, Anderson, Horton. I want to see him start in this game. Midfield, Bostock back in the squad straight away. James there in the midfield as well, and I'll explain why. On the wings, Samoes, Okunabiri, Cam Coppinger, and up front, Omar Bogle. On the bench, Balcom, Robertson, Gomez, Lakilo, Richards, John, Greaves. Again, no change to the bench there. It was literally just straight swap in and swap out with Sims and Smith for Bostock and Samoes, respectively. Now, you're probably thinking, why is James in the midfield? That's not his proper position. Well, I think that James's physicality will help with Bostock's physicality, and it'll make it a very, very physical midfield. I think that's a good midfield pairing. Bostock's a great passer. James can score some brilliant goals. They've both got physicality on different scales. They can combine their physicality to compete with MK Dons' attack and their midfield as well. And, I think that's sort of where we're looking at this with this. And plus, also, I want Horton starting this game again. Again, against Gillingham, he was just world class. He is the future. He is the future. Along with Cunningham in the Youth Academy, he is the future of that position. Reece James, yes, he's the first teamer. But in terms of the future, homegrown talent-wise, Horton and then Cunningham are your two options. Amos in there as well, but it's Horton and Cunningham the main ones. Obviously, Halliday, people are not going to be a fan of that, but, in my personal opinion, he's the best in that position. I know Wright can be moved at right back and John at centre-back, but in my personal opinion, they'll keep Halliday in there, keep him going with the games. But, obviously, Samoes is going to be a big talking point in the comments down below, why you pick Samoes. I'll give him, in my personal opinion, I'd give him a chance. I'd give him a chance because his technical ability on his best day is up to max. So I want to give Samoes another chance. And I think on the right wing, because let's face it, he's only played on cam or the left wing. I don't think he's really played at right wing as much. I don't think he's ever played right wing at all since he's been here. So I want to see Samoes on the right for the first time in ages, or just the first time ever. I can't remember if he's played there before. But I want to see Samoes playing at the right wing. And, obviously the Okunabiri-Bogle partnership, I don't expect that to change. I really want Okunabiri to be one of the players signed on new contract because, you probably saw the article yesterday. Butler is in full control of the contracts. He's speaking like he's pretty much got the job permanently, in my opinion. So, and I'm not, arguing with that. I think that Butler permanently is a good appointment. It's Doncaster through and through. He can build a project with this squad, and, I'm not surprised about that. But he does speak like he's got the job permanently, and he's now in full control with the contracts, so it's up to him as to who he wants to keep. With the 10 players that are out of contract, I'd probably expect Lola to go. Gomez, I expect him to stay, and the rest of them I expect him to stay. So I think it's just Lawler really we're going to let go, in my opinion. But if we let anyone else go, it'll be a big surprise. But I think that Okunabiri is one of the ones I want to stay at the club. I want to keep him at the club. He loves the club. He loves the situation at the club. And, I think Okunabiri's definitely been one of those key players. He's our top scorer. Get him back on form, get him playing with Bogle and get that partnership working again. Don't start off sloppy like Gillingham. That's what I would say to the defence. Don't start off sloppy. Don't get skinned alive by the wingers. Don't get skinned alive by the strikers. Don't get skinned alive by the midfielders from 20 yards, 25 yards. So that would be my predicted team. In terms of substitutions, who do I think could come on? You're looking at the bench, maybe Gomez could make a difference. I think if you put him at cam and not a holding midfield or the wing, if you put Gomez at cam and cam only, I think he can put in a good performance. Maybe move Coppinger to the right if Samoes will come off for Gomez, but that's what I'd do. Lakilo could come on as well. He usually comes on or starts, so I think Lakilo again is an option. Again, that could be Samoes coming off for Lakilo probably. Gomez will probably replace Coppinger if Samoes is getting replaced by Lakilo. I think, Robertson could make an appearance. Richards could definitely make an appearance. I'd like to see Greaves. I think looking back at this team, I think the only two things I'd probably change is maybe, and I think one change maybe Reece James on the wing, Okunabiri on the right, James on the left, and then Greaves in the midfield. Then Samoes on the bench. Or I think one thing you could do is Coppinger on the right wing, Samoes on the bench, and Gomez at cam. I wouldn't play Richards, he's been poor in the last couple of games. So I wouldn't. He's not a bad player, Rich. He's just been underperforming in the last couple of games. So I think just let Rich keep coming off the bench, keep getting those minutes. He won't get 90 minutes for the rest of the season. I don't think he'll get a full 90 minutes. If he does, I'll be very surprised. But I'd like to see Gomez at cam, Coppinger on the right, because I think Gomez in his proper position can offer the pressing game that we saw of him in the previous games. So since he's come off the bench in the last couple of games, he's been alright. So I think that Gomez, in my opinion, could start at cam. I think that Greaves could start in the midfield and then James on the wing. If Gomez isn't starting, I think Greaves will start if Gomez doesn't, and Gomez will start if Greaves doesn't. So if Gomez starts, then you're expected to see Coppinger on the right wing, Samoa's on the bench for Gomez at cam, and then obviously Okunabiri on the left. Or if Greaves is going to start, you're going to see Okunabiri on the right wing, James on the left wing, Coppinger cam, Bogle up front, and then Greaves in the midfield with Bostock, and then you have Gomez on the bench as a replacement. But I think just overall, there's a couple of things you could do with this squad, but that's just my honest opinion. So let's preview then the predicted scoreline. What do I think the scoreline will be? This is a hard one, because MK Dons have been quite inconsistent. Not fully inconsistent, but they've been a little inconsistent. I mean, looking at their sort of last few games, shall we say, they're in 13th in the minute. So looking first of all at the table, looking at where they are, they've got 2 games over Accrington. They're only a couple of points behind Accrington, but Accrington have a couple of games in hand. Oxford has 1 game in hand. Ipswich have a couple of games in hand. They're on the same amount of games as Gillingham and Charlton and Hull, technically, as well. So, you know, MK Dons aren't really in the playoff picture. Let's just say that right. They're not really in the playoff picture. They could have been at one stage, but they weren't. So they got the win against Burton. Before that, they beat Plymouth. Before that, they beat MK Dons. Before that, they lost to Blackpool. Before that, they lost to to Wigan. And then before that, they lost to Gillingham. So, lost to Gillingham, lost to Wigan, lost to Blackpool, win against Accrington, win against Plymouth, win against Burton. So that's 3 losses and 3 wins in their last 6 games. Their last draw was actually before the Gillingham loss, which was the 1-1 with Oxford. And then before that, they lost, they won, they drew, they lost in the trophy quarter-final with Sunderland before the 2-2 draw with them. And so, you know, the form has been very, 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 very inconsistent. So, in my personal opinion, now they've got 3 losses and 3 wins, I could see another loss coming their way. And I think we're going to actually try in this game. We showed signs in the Gillingham game we could try, and we could try with a full force. But the thing about MK Dons is they're not going to be like Gillingham, where they take throws every 30 seconds and things like that. So it's going to be a more fast-paced game. I expect a more fast-paced game. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win. And the reason why I'm going to go with a 2-0 win is because I think we'll just edge it. I think we'll edge it. We'll keep them out attacking-wise, and they won't keep it out defensive-wise. So I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for the Rovers. In terms of a list of 5 players who I think are getting all the goals, Coppinger definitely, Okunabiri definitely, Bostock definitely, Bogle definitely, and I'm going to go with a surprise goal for Samoes. I think he could have one in him. So, there we go. So thank you very much, guys, for watching this match preview. Stay tuned tomorrow because we're going to have a potential preview, for the Albania game, for the 3 Lions previews. And you're also going to have your MK Dons match review. So stay tuned for all of that to come tomorrow. But for now, guys, thank you very, very much. My name is Aaron Chandler from Forever Football DRFC, your Doncaster Rovers fan channel. We're getting closer and closer to 500 subs. Please, please, let's get there before the end of the season. And stay tuned on the MK Dons Supporters Association Facebook page for the live stream where me and 18 Dapper will be chatting with the MK Dons fans before the team news comes out. Thank you very much, guys. Keep living the Rovers life. And that, my friends, is full time. Rovers side die. Come on, let's get 3 points over the Dons.